How to measure area with map scale and legend. Imagine you're trying to find out how big a park or city block really is just by looking at a map. It might seem tricky at first, but with a few simple steps, you can do it easily. Today, we'll learn how to measure area using a map scale and legend, which are essential tools for map reading and interpretation. Think of the map scale as a secret code that tells you how far apart things are in real life. The legend is like a key that explains what all the symbols and lines on the map mean, including the grid squares that help measure space. First, look at the map and find the map scale. It might be written as a ratio like 1 to 25,000, a graphic bar showing distances, or a phrase like 1 inch equals 1 mile. This tells you how much a unit on the map equals in real life. For example, if 1 centimeter on the map equals to 150 meters on the ground, you will use that to figure out the actual size later. Next, check the legend to see if the map has grid lines forming squares. These squares are very helpful because they give you a way to count and estimate areas. The legend will tell you how much ground each square covers. For example, each grid square might representing 1 square kilometer or 1 hectare. Now, count how many full grid squares the area covers. If the area touches parts of squares, estimate what fraction of each square it covers. For example, if a partial square looks about 40% filled, count it as 0.4. Add up all the full squares and the partial ones to get the total number of squares covered. Once you know the total number of squares, find out how much ground each square represents in real life. If each square is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer, then each square covers 1 square kilometer. Multiply the total number of squares by this size to get the total area. For example, if you counted 28.1 squares and each square is 1 square kilometer, then the area is 28.1 square kilometers. Sometimes, you might want to change the units to hectares or square miles. Remember, area units are squared, so convert accordingly. For example, 1 square kilometer equals 100 hectares. If you want to find the area in square miles, use the conversion factor where 1 square mile equals about 2.6 square kilometers. You can also measure distances on the map with a ruler or string, then compare it to the scale bar to see how far things are in real life. This helps you understand the size of the area better. Practice estimating partial squares visually and discuss your reasoning. For example, if a partial square looks about 50% filled, count it as half a square. Using the map scale and legend together makes measuring areas straightforward and fun. It connects what you see on the map with real-world sizes, helping you become more confident in map reading and interpretation. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets to understand and measure areas on any map you come across.